everybody, and welcome back to Hints and Tips on the Weekend. So we're back at our little property. As you can see, we've got the pocket doors, we've got the slightly bigger TV unit, and today we're talking about diagonal walls. And I want to put a bay window in literally right here. So the bay window and diagonal walls really, they pretty much have a lot to do with the grid snapping in the game. So I'm going to put grid snapping on to start with, and then we're going to build, I'm going to build a small one because we don't need big right now. So I'm going to, I think that's the right size for these windows, pretty much. There we go. And let's put our snap to grid on. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our windows that we want and we're going to pop them on the wall. We're going to find the height that we want for this bay window, and the easiest way to do it is to put your windows in the wall and see how you want it. So we've got 1.21 meter, and this is 1 meter as well, so it's the same height. And the windows, as you can see, are actually the wrong way around. Come on, sit nicely. So we're going to turn them so they're actually sitting on the outside. And that's the easiest way to do it. Now, I'm going to take away the inside here. And then we know exactly where the bay windows are going to sit. Now I use a little block, my favorite little block. But the easiest way to actually know that you've got the right sized block is to take one of your building blocks, put your little baby block next to it, and make it the same size, because then you know you are actually fitting in with, if I put that on top there, it's going to stack. If I put it next to it, it's exactly the same size. So that is what we're going to use as our building block for this wall. And we are going to put our grid snapping on, and we're going to turn it so that it's exactly at the 45-degree angle. Then we can go ahead and resize it, because once you've got it in the right place and the right angle, all you have to do is then move it in and it will be at the right place. Now I'm going to resize it, because you cannot put windows into these blocks. If I try and put a window, if I take this block here and then try and put a window in it, it won't sit. So we have to basically make it fit, if that makes sense. So we're going to put, this is a duplicate of the one on that side. We're going to move it again, and we're going to turn it just like that, and then move it into fit. There is a point when you're doing this that you have to take your grid snapping off so you can actually fit it perfectly with the wall. You'll see that there's a little bit of tweaking that you have to do, but once you've got the angle right, you're good. And then it is sticking through the wall here, as you can see. It's not a huge problem. We will fix that. So these windows are in, but you also want to bring your wall up to the height that you want it. So let's take a walk up here and see if it's the right height. Yes, it is. So once you've got your window set up, stick it back onto a wall, take it out, put it back, and you know the height that you're going for. Then you're going to come here. Now there's options. If you want to put a piece of wall in here, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to build more than 2 windows at a time, you can do that too. But right now, all we're doing is we're going to turn these windows and bring them across. And bring them across. Now we know they're the right height. We know they're pretty much where they are going to fit together nicely. Now you just have to tweak them. So this we moved slightly, and if you push it in, you'll see it actually fits beautifully in there. This one is a little back on the wall. Pull it across and angle it in there until it meets up perfectly. Let's just put the flashlight on. It's the easiest way to see if you're actually lining it up right. There you go. And you've got pretty much 90% of your bay window. Then for the top, you're going to need another little block. Now, the easiest way to do it is just to take this block that we've put here, turn it to the 90 degrees, but confirm that we've got it in the right place. Yes. Copy it again. 90 degrees. And then it's just a matter of moving it up and putting it into place so the wall continues at the top. So I'm going to take the grid snapping off, and I'm going to make sure it's in line with this at the bottom here. Do you see as it clicks like that? I'm going to pull it up, because it's pretty much lined up in place. Joins beautifully there. Next one. And then it's just a matter of resizing it so that it actually fits the top of the window. And then you can do whatever pattern that you want. I'm just going to copy this and pop it on there so that it matches, and you'll see it does match up. Nothing sticking out. And here you're going to see you can do one of two things. You can put this block in there, but it's going to stick out. The other thing you can do is get your triangle my least favorite block of all things. And I'm going to literally pop it on there. And we are going to then put the grid snapping on again. And we know we want it that shape. Sorry, that way. Let's copy that. And pop it on this side. I'll just stick it on the floor. And we can then move it up. Turn it. And push it back in. Now, these little triangle shapes are a pain. I'm going to tell you that now, because if you try and resize it when it's here, if it touches too much, it won't resize properly. I'm going to pull it up so that it fits. Let's try it with this one, and I'm going to just push it back in, and let's see. You can see it's hitting the frame. Okay, it's not unhappy with life in general. Let's do the thing. Ew, that's horrible. Turn it. That's the only problem. Why? Why? Why are you not? There we go. And then it will actually work perfectly. Now, as you can see, there's a little gap here, and this is where you have to start tweaking it slightly by just moving your stuff in, fitting it exactly. And then when we go inside, you can see there is no floor yet. I have got that is in the way, and you can do whatever you need in here. I'm just taking bits out. You'll see this is poking through the wall, which is fine. We can resize that down until it's not poking into the wall anymore. And if you need to tweak it in any way, you can, but you'll see it's smoothly fitting into the wall. There's no problem there. You've got your bay window here. And you can do whatever you want with it. Let's take that. Whoops. Yes, we don't have a floor yet. We will get one. It will shudder like that until you match the colors, and then that shudder goes away. So we have the start of something. Well, almost the end of something. And then again, tweak your walls. I think this one needs to go. Yes, it does. Neat, clean, to the point. Now with your floor, again, you can do that, and then all you need to do is get one of your triangles again. In fact, we'll get, come on, I always click too many times and then I end up with like 3 stacked on top of each other. Move tool, grid snapping, turn it and turn it. Turn it, and we don't have to turn it any other way. Then if you want, you can keep your grid snapping on to a point, but what you're doing is you're fitting it into this gap. Again, stuff you need to then make it slightly bigger. You line it up with your corners, line it up with your corners, and then you can resize it. And then once you've moved it down, it fills your gap. Not quite in. Not taking the time to make it perfect, but it fills in, and then you can, oh, wrong color. You have your floor, and you can just tweak it so that it all lines up neatly. They are doing better now with their wallpapers, which I'm really happy about, and hopefully that's just going to get better and better. But that's your basic diagonal wall included in a bay window. So I'm going to leave it here. So guys, let me know what you think. Was this useful? Did it help? Let me know if you've tried it and if it works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good weekend. If you've got this far, please consider subscribing. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.